I beg you, don't spray for the fruit fly or any insects because the fruit could get contaminated and cause poisoning for people, leading to endless problems with mangoes. Let me tell you how to control the fruit fly with just a few pennies, using something very simple and at the same time safe for people's health. First of course, we're facing very big problems these days, especially during this period of fruit fly infestation. But before I talk about the fruit fly infestation, let me show you this beautiful farm. As you can see with the massive local production, this is a mango farm in Ismailia, and by the grace of God Almighty, this is my own farm. So that people don't talk about the local mango fruit set and the problems that used to happen with local mangoes. All of this, by the grace of God Almighty, is because this farm used to have old trees, and it's a farm I bought in a very special location. And as you can see, the level of production and fruit set in the local Sukari mango variety. That's why I say that every variety will have its own specific cultivation method and particular care. And in the end, by the grace of God Almighty, the result will be just as you see. You can see for yourselves, because I was really upset when I filmed a video before and someone told me, you're just filming next to or showing a single cluster. No, I'm actually showing you the whole tree. With the view you see here, the level of fruit set and the amount of fruit present on the entire tree from every side. It's something, mashallah, we're talking about the tree having, by the grace of God Almighty, around 300 to 400 kilos. Mangoes, by the grace of God Almighty, it's incredible. Today, the biggest problem mango farmers face is the issue of the fruit fly. Of course, there are different types of fruit flies, so people shouldn't be surprised by the many problems. We have the peach fruit fly, the guava fruit fly, and the mango fruit fly. Some of them attack the fruit after it ripens, or when the fruit starts to turn yellow and the ripening process begins. That's when the fruit fly attacks. And there are those that attack the fruit while it's still on the tree in its current state. So you'll notice that after a few days you keep losing a lot of fruit, and then the amount of fruit, when you go to open it up, you find inside it the larvae of the fruit fly, either the peach fruit fly or which one? The guava, which is the one that gets attacked while the fruit is still, or what? While it hasn't ripened yet. So what's the solution to this problem? The first thing is to collect all the fallen fruit from the ground and bury it deeply, because that's the biggest source of infestation for you. Secondly, don't leave any fruit that has touched the ground in your orchard, so that it doesn't start to thin out its skin and then you get something called the sand insect. This is one of the things you find with fruit that sticks to the ground and rots. Sand insects attack it, and this is a very big problem for us. Thirdly, what we need to do, don't forget about spraying now, because spraying is something we need to talk about today. The pH for every pesticide you spray today, the lowest pH you'll find lasts a week or 10 days. So today you'll have a drop in effectiveness. So today, a very big problem will happen if you spray the sand insect. What should you do to help yourself? I'll tell you what to do. First, get a cup or a small bottle or a white plastic cup, or anything you can hang on a tree. In this cup, put phenol or any pesticide with a strong smell. And then for every tree or every 2 trees, you place this cup. As soon as this cup starts to move left or right, the smell begins to spread. The fly smells it and flies away, because the fly can travel long distances. So you start to drive it away and keep it off your land, or you do something called bundling. What's that? The so-called killing bundles. Here you use a sexual attractant and mix it with an insecticide. The sexual attractant draws the insect in, and then the insecticide smell finishes the job. So the insect gets stuck to the insecticide, gets poisoned, and this kills all the males. That way, the females can't find any males to mate with, so their life cycle ends before fertilization happens or before they find a male, and then they go to lay their eggs. This is a very effective method for controlling the fruit fly. At the same time, it's a very cheap method with almost no cost. At the same time, we all have a responsibility and a great trust before us. The fruit you spray, your child or someone else's child or anyone at all will eat it. So be aware that one of the most dangerous things you can do on earth is to spray for the fruit fly. During this period, it could cause a disaster. See you next time. Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings.